today's video is a super requested one, and it is a middle school makeup tutorial, and it has 6th grade makeup, 7th grade makeup, and 8th grade makeup. They just kind of build on top of each other, and obviously I'm wearing the 8th grade makeup right now. One of my most popular videos is my 7th grade makeup tutorial, so I thought I would do another kind of back to school, middle school makeup look, but all in one video. My thoughts have definitely changed since I made that last video. I thought that makeup is way too much now, so I definitely scaled it back in this video. And again, if you don't agree with what I think someone in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade should wear, then that's awesome. You can have your own opinion just like I can have my own opinion. Oh, and before we get going, can we get this video to 100 likes? That would be awesome. Now go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so for the 6th grade makeup look, I'm not saying you have to wear makeup in 6th grade. You don't have to wear makeup at all if you don't want to wear makeup. So in 6th grade, I don't feel like you need to wear any face makeup, but if you want to kind of even out your face, and you know I got these really big red eyes, but we're in 6th grade, you probably won't have that. This is just because I just took off some makeup. My face is a little irritated, so I'm going to dull down the redness with my Revlon Photo Ready powder. This is an optional step for sure. So now that we kind of took away most of the color from our face, we're going to add just the slightest bit back in, and I'm taking this NYX blush in Dusty Rose to do that. It's going to add the nice little flush to the apples of your cheeks back into your face. I'm just going to be taking this Sally Girl Quad, and I'm taking this light white shade in there, and I'm going to apply it in the inner corner of my eyes just to brighten them up. That's really the only eyeshadow you need for 6th grade. It's super natural, and it makes your eyes look a lot more awake. To finish off the eyes, you want to first curl your eyelashes using an eyelash curler. These are kind of scary at first, not gonna lie, but now I use it every day and it doesn't even faze me because, you know, it's like this big metal thing, like really close to your eye. So curling your lashes is just going to add a little bit more volume to them and make your mascara look a lot better. Now I'm taking my favorite drugstore mascara, which is the L'Oreal Voluminous Mist Mango Mascara, and I'm just going to add a light little coat of this to my lashes just to define my eyes just the slightest bit. We're going to finish off our 6th grade makeup with a Maybelline Baby Lips, and this is the Dr. Rescue kind, so it's super moisturizing, and it's this cute little pink. And after that, you have this really simple, natural looking makeup that is perfect for 6th grade in my opinion. And if you're in 7th grade and you want to see a 7th grade makeup tutorial, then go ahead and keep on watching. For 7th grade, there's a couple of things I need to do before we start, and that is take off my blush and my baby lips super fast. And now we are ready to start our 7th grade makeup. Now in 7th grade, you might be getting a few blemishes, or you might just be having a lot of bad under eye circles that you think you might want to conceal. So you can take a light concealer. My favorite is the Maybelline Master Conceal Concealer, and use a damp beauty blender sponge to apply it, and it'll make those go away instantly while still leaving you a really natural face because you probably don't need foundation by the time you're in 7th grade. So I'm taking the tiniest bit of my concealer on my knockoff beauty blender sponge, and I'm applying this under my eye, and I'm using a triangle shape to make sure that it conceals really well. But again, we're not trying to highlight our face like we see all the older girls do. We are just trying to conceal our under eyes. And if you have any blemishes, like I have a little one on my nose, I'm going to conceal that as well. And then just use patting motions to blend it in. Alright, so now that our under eyes are concealed and we've also concealed any blemishes, we need to set it. And you might be getting a little oily in 7th grade, so adding a powder foundation is going to be really beneficial and prevent any oil from kind of getting on your face throughout the day. And I'm taking my Revlon Photo Ready HD powder like I did in my 6th grade tutorial, and I'm using that on a very fluffy brush to set all of my face. Now we've kind of taken away most of the color in our face, so again we're going to add it back in, and I'm taking my L'Oreal True Match blush in Dusty Rose on a Real Techniques blush brush and putting this on the apples of my cheeks just for a slight natural looking flush. Now the next step is optional, but if you decide you want to do a little bit to your eyebrows in 7th grade, I have a very natural looking solution for you. You can take a tinted brow mascara, and Maybelline has an awesome one. So I'm just brushing this product through my brows in the way that I want them to be shaped. And it's adding the slightest bit of color in there and a little bit more definition to my brows. But again, nothing too crazy looking. Now moving on to eyes, I'm going to be taking that same quad eyeshadow palette from Sally Girl, and I'm going to take this dark brown on a small little brush, and we're going to actually use this as our eyeliner because it's going to look very natural and really accent our eyes very well without looking too harsh or overdone. So just line this pretty close to your upper lash and just kind of press it onto your lid, and then you can also take a little bit and put it along your lower lash line around the outer edge just to define your eyes a bit more, but that's optional. And look at the difference. This eye looks a lot more defined than this eye, but it's nothing too harsh. Now, in the 6th grade makeup, I already curled my eyelashes, but if you haven't done that yet, then go ahead and curl your lashes. It'll just add a little bit of volume. And I'm applying another coat of the same mascara from my 6th grade tutorial, which is the Voluminous Miss Manga Mascara. And since you're in 7th grade, you can go a little bit heavier than what I already have on, which is, as I said, from my 6th grade tutorial. Now to finish it off, we're just going to take this Beauty Rush lip gloss and apply it onto our lips just to add the slightest bit of color back into our lips. And we're done with the 7th grade makeup. Now moving on to 8th grade. Alright, so before we start this 8th grade makeup, there's one thing we need to take off, and that is this lip gloss, so let's wipe it off. And we're free of that lip gloss. So for 8th grade, if you want to wear foundation, you can. I am fine with all the things I have on my face right now, but you could wear a BB cream if you wanted a lighter foundation option, or you could wear actual foundation if you feel like you have a lot of acne, but you really don't need to wear it. Now in 8th grade, you might want to bronze up your face just a little bit, so I'm taking this Physicians Formula Bronze Booster to add the slightest sunny glow to my face. This is definitely optional. You do not have to do this. I just thought it's appropriate for 8th grade if you want to do it. So you can make a fish face and then put a little bit right underneath your blush. It's just going to give you a little bronzy glow, and be sure to blend it out a lot. And then you can take a big brush to blend it all out and make it not as harsh. And look at that, a little sunny bronzy glow. Now if you're in 8th grade and you decide that the brow gel option isn't working for you and you want to really fill in your brows a little bit more, you can take some eyeshadow, or I'm taking this NYX Eyebrow Cake powder just to add a little bit more shape, and I'm taking an angled brush to do it. We're making light little strokes, imitating brow hairs, and I'm really following the natural shape of my brow. And powder is going to look a lot more natural than if you used a pencil, so that's why we're using a powder for 8th grade. And look at that, we got some nice brows. I've been feeling practically naked without my brows filled in because I fill mine in every day. But granted, I am in 10th grade, so... Now, moving on to your eyes, I feel like you can kind of wear eyeshadow in 8th grade if you want to go for it. So I'm first going back into that little Sally Girl palette, and I'm taking the light champagne shade in there, and I'm applying it all over my lid. Now I'm going to take this really fluffy brush, and I'm going to take this light taupe color and apply this into my crease. And I'm going to use Windshield White Promotions to blend it in for a slightest bit of definition. Now for eyeliner, you can just stick with the brown shadow that we have on from the 7th grade tutorial if you want to look a little more natural. Or you can take a eyeliner and lightly line your lids. I'm taking my Maybelline Master Precise Felt Tip Eyeliner. It's super easy to apply for beginners and it's awesome. And I'm going to lightly line my upper lash line. And I'm keeping my liner more towards the outer half of my lid because it's going to make my eyes look a little bit bigger. and wider and more awake. And I already have mascara on, so I'm just leaving that on. But obviously you would apply mascara right now and curl your lashes. To finish it off, I'm taking this Sally Girl little lip gloss or lipstick that's super cute and mini, also $1. And I'm putting this on my lips. And since that color is a little intense, I'm just gonna kind of get the excess off on my tissue. So we're left with a little bit of residue on my lips just to give a little bit of color. Obviously you can play whatever color you want. Alright, so that is it for this 8th grade tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed all of the tutorials, and if you try them out, be sure to let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. We just hit 7,000, which is cray. So if you guys want to see more back to school videos, then be sure to comment down below the ones you want to see, and I will try and do them. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!